He's got good follow-up with Core JJ on the Rakan, but in terms of execution, CFO's composition on paper looks like the traditional front-to-back, easy to play.
Both 1-1, both would love to go up to that critical 2-win point that just feels so...
Oh, the dive.
All right, 2v1. Yawn popping the barrier. Needs to stay alive here. Kaiwing, one more shot might just kill him. First blood over to Yawn in the 1v2. This play many times before, and many times I have seen it go wrong. Cassante is a tough champion to dive, and Team Liquid's going in for it. Raz doing a good job buffering away. All out on APA, and Team Liquid is made to play the full rest. Puts them to sleep.
Rest just broke their ankles. He played that perfectly. He buffered the unstoppable, he connected the ultimate onto APA, and then the flash in from Kaiwing to provide that support. Rest though, he may have overstayed his welcome. The TP coming through.
Yep, Umpty and Impact trying to put the work into him here. They need to use the last cast of the Gwen ulti and cut him down. Now the TP from Honk Q. Impact doing a good job
right now. Umpty will be spotted out, but I don't really think Kaiwing can punish this.
He stole away some little chickens. That's something. Doggo tries to follow it up. First Mystic Shot gets blocked by a chicken. Yawn and Umpty still need to run away from this one, I would have to think. Doggo trying to fire him into Yawn, but it's Umpty caught out, punished. Yep, they want to focus where the Talia is as APA is ready to ride away. Core JJ with the grand exit, but it's not grand enough. APA needs to keep on kiting, but CFO wants to keep fighting. A nice seismic shove to knock Junja away. Herald play goes as Core JJ is going to be in some trouble here at the very start. Herald low, but not low enough. Down to a little bit under 4,000 health. Impact makes his way down into the river now as Kaiwing could be in some danger. A nice seismic shove, flinging him back into the unraveled earth. Kaiwing still burning. Team Liquid on the chase, but no kill secured. Impact would have needed another needle, and he finally finds it. Stitches up the body bag, and Alistar's down. Wrath knocked back into the unraveled earth yet again. Yawn wants a little... Doggo clearing out the control ward here. Junja jumping over the wall. Umpty, instead of finding an opportunity, only finds a grave. Junja jumping right back towards him. Another Vault Breaker is going to be needed to get Umpty away. Immediately they turn it right back at Honk Q. He gets the shuffle, but it only hits Umpty. Yawn and Core have to try to get away, but CFO have already found the first kill here with the fight. Kaiwing looking for something into the back line, and he grabs APA. That mid laner from Team Liquid, so very low, but not quite dead. Kaiwing taking everything as one final Void Seeker finds the mark. It's Yawn versus Doggo, and a little bit more damage is going to get it done with the Acathian Rain. Impact keeping Junja and Rest busy as Yawn continues disengaging. Rest with the flash forward for the Intofo strikes as Yawn with a supercharger has to try to get away. Impact finally shut down by Honk Q as APA and Core try to get out, and Rest to try to stop this. Baron at half HP. Impact zoned away by Rest. Junja tagged by the Void Seeker, but the Baron's already down to 3k. Into the pit goes Core JJ. A lot of damage given to Honk Q, but he keeps himself alive here with the stasis. Baron secured by the side of CFO. They gotta try to keep getting away as now Impact has to jump back over the wall, and Rest is doing a great job zoning everybody out. Umpty is already dead. Team Liquid, they lost the Baron. They lost their jungler. They're about to lose even more. A seismic shove is mistimed, and APA is dead. Junja and the rest of CFO in hot pursuit as a Mystic Shot. And it doesn't look like there's a lot TL can say about it. It's a full 5-man push from CFO. The first Nexus turret is already down, and Kaiwing on the front line has no intention of joining it. Umpty's gonna fall yet again. Another shuffle guarantees an ace for CFO, and they'll take game one.
Incredible stuff from CFO.
Well, like how self-sufficient he often is, even with, middling lane stats, he gets a ton done. Kai'Sa isn't that champion, especially in a comp like this.
So, the ultimate value that you have in terms of your ability to cross-map mitigates the split push threat that Ajax can provide. The team fight value, the things that both the barrel
Team
and
Liquid switcherooed into the switcheroo.
Wait, I gotta check the seats. Hang on. No, Yon's still in.
Since Junja is still taking away this Drake, but Impact's coming up. He has made the rotation down to the bottom side. Core JJ with a slam into the wall, and it's first blood. Over on the other side, Fate Sealed is down, as is the Cannon Barrage. Meanwhile, Doggo just trying to get another wave crashed into the mid lane turret. Junja slammed up into the wall with a ton of damage coming down with a Mega Inferno Bomb. Team Liquid's already found the first kill, but now Umpty's going to be in danger. Yawn providing covering fire as the Yone barely escapes back to his own body. Honk Q at 150 HP, and Doggo could be the next target for TL. Core JJ immediately tackling into the Tristan Yana, but he's got to be careful. Core survives with one hit left, and Doggo's put down. Core JJ survives, and Kaiwing is knocked back into a minefield. Here comes the chopper, and there goes the bomb.
Impact, even though he has his 2 kills, Driver, ooh, isn't this just a kill?
This, yeah, I think that's probably just a kill, Vedius, as there comes the Cannon Mirage, there goes it.
Getting CFO on the kill board.
Oop. Now the flash away, Driver in some danger with a Mega Inferno Bomb coming down. A little bit more damage is needed. Driver lives. Beautiful stuff from him. But across the rest of the map, ooh, let's not worry about the rest of the map. Let's worry about Junja coming in here with a Maokai ulti, APA getting dove by Hong Q, and there's no way out. The recall about to complete for Kaiwing, nicely stopped by Umpty just in time. You could see that channel about to complete as Driver ready to get himself away with a defensive TP. Umpty.
All the utility in the world, the Gangplank ultimate as well.
Or JJ getting jumped on here as Kaiwing and Doggo just pouring the damage into the Poppy. Buster shot. Gon still losing about 3/4 HP on that Mega Inferno Bomb. Connects, but only on the outer rim to Doggo and Kaiwing. APA using his teleport to make his way into the fight now, but a nice Buster shot coming out from Doggo, staying alive for now, but it won't matter. Core JJ. Hongq now needs to try to get away. APA, Core, and Umpty coming in to try to stop him, but Hongq knows if he kills the Corki, none of the other two can kill him instead. A lot of CC done to Hongq. He critically gets away just in time, and Junja's already killed APA. Core's trying to eject the enemy players, but it's a little bit too late. Finally, a kill back on Hongq comes out from Yawn, but Umpty is gunned down by Doggo. Core trying to get away from Kaiwing and Driver, but Doggo's ready to back him up. Impact jumps in after the enemy AD carry, but he jumps only to his own demise. Another bullet might just take him down as Junja's gonna cut off Yawn, and Team Liquid absolutely falls to pieces. CFO! Gangplank ulti raining down on top of everybody for a little while. That's going to do that for you. Here we go with a Maokai ulti flying out. Finds a route into Umpty and Core. Not a whole lot more than that. Nice deny on the barrel there from Umpty. Jumps back in, wants to go after Driver. Throws out the ulti from the Sejuani, but it's not going to get a whole lot more. Impact continuing the chase. Driver has no oranges. Hongq trying to escape. Driver's going to get gunned down. And now, can they turn anything else around? Impact's next to die, and Core tackles it on top of Junja. Now he's got to be careful about his own health bar as Umpty charges forward, but where's the backup? Doggo fires back. APA's got a ton of health, but where's the rest of the backup for him? Now another re-engage coming out from Hongq and Kaiwing, and they're going to take out APA. Doggo's ready to grab more. He takes down 2. Umpty's left in 9x. Doggo just destroyed him! Team Liquid, whether they're short by an inch or short by a mile, they are coming up short as another Maokai ulti flies in. Another death for APA. Another march down mid for CFO. And this game might be closer to the end of the tier 3 bottom. APA can't do a lot to defend. And now it's Umpty caught out, burst down before anything else even happens. CFO about to be treated the same. CFO looking to just end the game here. Doggo jumping forward, completely unafraid, has the lifesteal to trade and heal right back up. He wants to keep going in, may have gone a little bit too far. Shut down over to Impact, and CFO are about to close this game. APA collapsed on with a twisted advance. He's dead before he fires a shot. Core, Umpty, and Impact all scatter as the Mega Inferno Bomb hits Doggo. But again, it's not enough. Umpty's gonna die to the explosive charge. Impact locked up by Junja, Kaiwing, and Driver. He'll fight for a second, but he's not getting away from this one. The stasis won't save him. CFO getting it done, and getting it done clean. Core's the only man alive, and what is Support Poppy gonna do against the Yone and the Gangplank that have been running the show since 15 minutes? GG CFO, 2-0. Top Esports squad that is looking very mortal. This is a team that you should be scared of.
A triple, I believe, in the end on that one. Just a phenomenal performance from him. Great performance once again by Driver.
Also, those defensive type of ultis for Silas can have so much value in keeping him alive as he dives in. Crescent Sweep can make so much space. Recovering after a rough first couple of days here. The biggest individual performer, I think, puts a little bit of a road bump there on Yike's tempo. Zeka with a long range of ducked! Just says, all right, thank you very much. Orbital Laser now locked in with the stolen Leona ulti. Vladdy shoves him back a little bit here. Peanut is going to clear a ward away, but Targamas wants to flash follow. Zeka's in danger! And Vladdy River as the The third Void Grub is stolen away. Callista's managed to grab it, and now KC's got more men. Viper's got to try to get out as he flashes back over the pit, but it's not going to matter. Kana's in hot pursuit. Viper gets knocked the wrong way, but he's still living, and KC just uncareful path through the mid lane that got him caught. Now, as the chains of corruption from Viper set it up for the slam into the wall from Delight. One more shot from Viper gets it done with a rain of arrows. You can see, though, a move towards the top lane. Kana gets caught between worlds. Zeus, however, missing a little bit of the follow-up damage, but does tag him with a weirding. A teleport showing up as HLE getting back away. Delight in some danger. Gonna get cooked up by Kana as Peanut heads all the way out of town. Ballbreaker ready to charge up, go right back in against him, but Vladdy has arrived here with the Weaver's Wall. Kana still in danger. Flash in, coming out from Zeus. Another TP is about to arrive. Very low HP on Peanut, but the feet of both hanging around in the tri-brush here as Yike wanted to check and see. Immediately ejected though, and Delight flashes forward, ready to slam Vladdy back into the turret. HLE surgically precise with it. Immediately get there, man. That's the punish to try to defend it, but they are backing away now. It is a four-man effort from KC moving towards the tier 1. Targamas dropping everything here on Zeus as Yike is ready to jump in immediately here with a crescent sweep. Knocks him back. Beautifully done. KC got one. Absolutely huge, but HLE wants to stop it. Zeka wants to go over the wall, but he misses the second part of the E. The Dragon's down to 1,300, but it ain't dead yet. Secured by Peanut, and Targamas is down of HLE. Now some more trouble for KC as Yike once again, you said it, Vedius. Delight has a bead drawn on this guy, and there's the kill going over to Zeus as Kana keeps retreating. Zeus tags him with a weirding. Targamas.
Yike, a poor place to back. Callista.
Callista not where he wants to be either, and again until the Drake spawns. Zek with the abscond duck, jumping in right on top of Vladdy, hits him with the chains. Vladdy with a flash out, Zeka with a flash in. A little bit more damage required. Stasis from Vladdy ain't gonna do a damn thing, and Zeka puts him in the ground. But the follow-up from KC, Targamas wants to try to stop the recall, at least get something from the HLE mid laner, but Zeka's not gonna stand for that. He wants to stay and fight because he knows the rest of KC is coming to try to stop him. The abscond duck
results in the kill, and now KC looking for a bit of a fight.
Yeah, they dive in on top of Peanut, do a ton of damage, but not enough to kill him just yet. He'll finally burn down. There to Kana on the rumble. Viper forced to flash back over the wild now too, as a slam into the wall. Delight's going in after Yike, but he can't quite find him. HLE losing men left, right, and center. KC, ding, we got a winner.
Zeka and Zeus that are still alive. The TP gonna have to come through from Kana as he quickly goes back to base.
Oh, there goes your bear. But that's what you gotta go for. Kana trying to take his own red buff. Peanut immediately ready to jump in. Goes for the ball breaker. Yike, Targamas, and Vladdy. KC stepping up. They don't want to allow their opponents to take this for free. Delight misses the ulti. That could be huge. Zeus jumps in. Yike here from the front line. Low health bars on HLE. Into the back line goes Zeka. He wants to kill into Callista. He needs a little bit more damage to fight, and he finally got the shutdown. The Ezreal's dead. Leona joins them. HLE got 2, and they aren't done yet. Peanut continuing the chase after Yike. Sinjel does not have a lot of defensive mechanisms to get away from this one. Peanut with the smite to slow him down. And this kill is going to be desynced critically from the rest. Zeka stealing Kana's ultimate, jumping in on top of him. Kana with the stasis.
From Yike throughout this game. Level 17, Zeka.
Zeka in some trouble now. He is level 17. He steals the Xin ulti to try to make the fight more manageable. Gives him enough effective HP to survive. Now Zeus jumping in with Between Worlds. Immediately kills Kalist. Right back on top of the other side for kill number 2. Peanut's keeping everybody else locked down. And KC scatter. There is no way to stop the HLE war machine. 8,000 gold lead now for HLE. Zeus goes Between Worlds. Vladdy's gonna get caught. Weirding isn't enough to kill him, but he's forced to go gold, and Peanut ready to jump back in with the ball breaker. Mistimes it, but it don't matter. Zeus unstoppable as HLE take the first inhibitor in the bottom lane. Now they'll put their attention in mid, looking for the second. Another Chains of Corruption flies out, does not connect. KC scrambling to defend 4 versus 5. Vladdy's still dead for another 40 seconds. KC making their entry, trying to stop this, trying to hold HLE off. Peanut's burning low, but Zeus has already grabbed another kill. It'll be a 1-for-1 at least, as Kana and Callista need more firepower. Yike buying a little bit of time here on the front line as Delight jumps in and trades his life for Yike. Vladdy's still got 20 seconds left before he respawns, and Zeus grabs a double kill. Callista falls, and that'll do it. HLE take game one.
I mean, it was
And those are the kind of things you were talking about just a moment ago, Ox. You win this play, you take a lead, you feel fantastic. You fail it, though, it's so difficult to actually guarantee that target. And like you said, Ox, I think that I'd rather see Ivern shielding on an 80 carry that does high damage, or an 80 carry that could pop off and carry, like we used to see.
Well, one thing that I think is always fun to take a look at, and you and I were looking at, I just physically exhaust myself,
That makes sense.
and then I can fall asleep. But right now, a lot of damage onto Targamas here, who's still only level 5, trying to make the outplay Flash. But now Targamas here in mid wants to set up. Zeka in some danger now, gets swept to the side by Vladdy. Zeka flashing away from the root caller, needs to survive the additional pressure from Yike, but Daisy is fast with the Trigger Seed shield. The slow into the knockup is there. Zeka's gonna get caught, and KC get one back. Secures the buff, now with the blast cone over the wall. Again, the arrow onto the Alistar, and there's no ulti to try to save him. A defensive headbutt to try to escape. The brush is still placed down in the river. Daisy summoned up. HLE still with control over the objective. Curtain call opens up. There's no arrow to try to stop it. Redemption comes down. Peanut backing away from that one. Dragon's gonna get very low to smite range here very quickly. Peanut needs a little bit more damage, and the Drake goes the way of HLE. Targmas in the middle. Massive double knockup. First kill goes the way of KC, and HLE has to disengage. Viper and Delight looking to run away, but the root caller's ready to chase him. Viper does not want to go any closer if he can help it. Targamas about to drop low. Maybe might just die. A little bit more damage will get it done, and it's a 1-for-1 here with the supports. Viper still running. Kalist with the flash in. Viper shut down. Zeka shut down. KC!
Maokai ultimate comes through. They have easy follow-up thanks to the Jhin. Targamas acting as that front line, looking to connect the stun.
Yeah, Delight and Viper moving forward. Viper going in after Kalist. Needs more damage to kill the Jhin, and he takes him out. Now Targamas is going to be your next target as Yike is about to die to Peanut and Zeka at the same time. KC trying to brute force this down, but they can't do it. Now back underneath the tier 2 turret here in the bottom lane. A 1 over the Otacon pit. Zeus not around here anywhere. Targamas jumping in, immediately followed up. Delight is already down before he could do anything at all. KC are going in. The Maokai ult for the escape route for the rest of HLE. KC with a killer instinct. Jump in there and make it happen. Now they're going after the Otacon itself, but Zeus has arrived to the fight, and the Narbar's charged. KC still trying to commit to the objective. The Scuttlecraft's taking the damage a little bit, but now KC, they're about to drop. Zeus into the middle of the fight, but he's not ready to transform just yet. The first kill on Targamas. Now the Otacon, the target for HLE. KC still hanging around, trying to see if they might be able to contest. Yike here on the front line, wants to smite fight. Viper's all alone, he's gonna be careful, but Kana's got no ulti. Zeus in the back finds the wall, he's gonna be shut down by Kalist, but Viper and Peanut are going forward. It's so many kills for Viper, there's no hope! Keep that in mind, this is huge for these team fights. If Zeus jumps in, he's just gonna be tiny. HLE going after the Drake. It is secured by Viper on the Ashe. Yike having to run away, but a big engage coming out from Vladdy. They've managed to take down Viper. Vladdy's gonna get out. Zeus is already dead now too. HLE are scattering, and only Zeka's left alive to deal damage. Yes, the Ocean Soul went the way of the Korean team, but it looks like KC might have just found exactly what they needed. Another triple kill. It's been what's keeping KC in this game. Now, a lot of damage onto Delight. The curtain call opens. KC trying to get themselves away, but now the potential punish right back onto Vladdy. He's in some danger as the damage pours out, and Vladdy's first to die. Zeka goes on a killing spree. There's no way out for Targamas.
Immediately, all of the wind is taken out of the sails. It's Hanwha Life on the push.
Kalist has to be so careful here, but Kana doing a great job. Jumps into the wall to punish.
The Baron power play is still 2.6k in KC's favor.
Red Bull Baron power play about to run out here. Only 15 more seconds until it expires. Arrow from a long way away. Not going to get a whole lot of value out of that one. Zeus in some danger off to the side as he scraps with Kana. Targamas forced to use the Unbreakable Will now. Knocking Peanut right back into the team. HLE is going to go ahead and lose their jungler. Kalist is dominating, but Vladdy is down, and they've also lost Targamas. Kana's the next target, flashing away, trying to survive. Elder Dragon down to 8,000. HLE ready to challenge. Arrow flies out. Damage onto Targamas here at the start. He's frontlining for now. A lot of damage on the Peanut. Public execution flies in. KC's already found the first kill. But what about the objective? The Dragon secured by Yike. A massive Three-man shuffle from Vladdy. KC are getting it done. They find two, and they want to get another. Viper with a sidesteps as Zeus interrupts Kalist, and Zeka flies in, but it's not enough. The Elder is making the difference. Zeus finally gets the shutdown.
That KC were gonna win out there. Zeus.
Oh, nice jump in from Kana. Yet again, the public execution finding the target. Follow up with a deadly flourish. Zeus trying to get away here. The Redemption ready to heal him up. Zeus goes mega just in time. Zeka jumping in to protect his top laner. KC don't have the damage, and they threw the kitchen sink at him. Now everybody wearing blue is stuck in the mid lane. Meanwhile, their base is being torn to shreds. HLE looking to push Nexus. It's Viper and Delight. Zeus has made the TP in as well. Vladdy immediately teleporting back to try to save the game.
Acts as a wall that KC have to break through.
Targamas with a very early unbreakable will. He goes in. He catches Viper. The carry from HLE is dead. Kalist with the kill. And Elder Drake as Delight now trying to retreat down the bottom side. Should be caught. I don't see any way for Renata to get away from this. Targamas is first to the scene. And with Kalist nearby, the execution isn't going to happen. Zeus coming in from behind. But the Gnar has no bar. Zeus needs to be careful about this one as he gets rooted up. Public execution right back on top of him. Zeus is dead. KC with a 5v4 in the enemy base. Viper loses half HP. The Elder no longer active. HLE have to defend 4 versus 5. Targamas with a Hex Flash. Not going to find the angle here for the headbutt pull. Zeka, half HP. Is the death of Peanut thanks to Kalist as Viper stays alive for an extra second, but the man needs a bailout. It's not going to be in time. KC stand tall, but they have not done it just yet. A triple kill back over to Zeka. Kalist versus Zeka. The bullets in the air. KC have done it. Gods can bleed, and KC take us to game 3.
But I think the most crushing thing for KC fans, and I'm hoping this isn't what the players are thinking, is knowing that if you had just won.
To it, and,
Season 1 champ versus Season 1 champ.
Yeah. But what it does give you is side lane threat, someone that can match in the. I would still
will be the Jace pilot here in the mid lane, up against Vladdy's Rise. It'll be Zeus on the Vlad. These chickens. No, instead he's going to look mid, because Vladdy's down to 100 HP. Zeka gonna have to try to get away from this one. Turns back towards Vladdy, knocks Yike away. Zeka needs a little bit more damage. But
those deep wards are so important as well as Delight. Remounts.
Oh, Targamas with the flash engage with the grand entrance. Delight stunning up Kalist, wants to keep him away. HLE comes out on top here in the 2v2. Delight wants more, but Yike is first to join the fight. He wants to see if he can get this potential kill into Viper. Flash in, and Yike gets it done. Now Peanut shows up. He wants to kill off the enemy jungler, but it's not gonna happen. Yike can't get the extra kill onto Delight, and now Peanut looks for more. He uses the W forward, but it's...
And now I think they've caught out Kalist, completely isolated. There's nowhere for him to go.
There it is, Peanut and Delight working together. Plenty of damage, and Viper will show up. Resources moving into the enemy jungle as Zeka gets discovered. Realm Warp ready to bring in some firepower from Vladdy. Zeka caught unawares out of position, trying to get away. Cannot do it, KC.
And the call from Yike was that,
Peanut jumping in on Kalist. He wanted to play aggro. He wanted to go after for the Draven. If he gets caught out, he's in some serious danger. Sejuani ulti whiffs. Viper with a flash away from any potential follow-up. A lot of damage over to Zeus. He might just die. He manages to turn into a puddle in time as Kana's going to be your next target now. Peanut jumping in for the multi-man knockup. Kana's going to drop, but now you got to wonder, what can they do with a dead body? Zeus flying over the wall. Here with the blast cone. KC got to be careful. Vladdy jumps in, but he jumps right in on top of Peanut. Now Zeus hitting him with the tides of blood. Flash over the wall from Vladdy. Viper and Delight trying to reorganize their positioning here a little bit further. KC trying to make their entry as a 4-man squad. In goes Kana, but he goes too far. Kimtech Drake over to Peanut. Zeus on top of Kalist. He needs a transfusion and he's hounded. Targamas going to be your next target. Yike picks up Viper, but that's all they'll get. Further away. I feel like they could still maybe find a good fight. Getting this potential pick onto Peanut here could be the start of that. Nice flash away from the Arctic Assault, trying to use the second half of the Cyclone to get away. Peanut still in a ton of danger. Nice use of the ulti there from Kana. Peanut still alive somehow, but now the counter kills will come out from KC to HLE. It's another one picked up. It's 1 for 1 as HLE.
Meaning that KC had to commit.
Zeka goes in. He wants Kalist. He tries to get away there. A little bit more damage. damage will do it. Delight over the wall in the Dragon Pit. Zeka here in the front line, gotta be careful about that. The Otacon taking low, down about 2,000 HP. Targamas going in with a two-man knockout, nicely done there. But into the back line goes Viper. They've already found another kill, as well as the Otacon for HLE. Now Vladdy's gonna die too. It's an absolute slaughterhouse. And HLE just playing like monsters, man. Zeus now, maybe in some trouble. 1v3. Vlad's pretty tough, but I don't know if he's that tough. Nice shutdown. Armor. And now HLE. Continuing their pressure, continuing their push. They want to try to go in, but they only find the CC on Zeus and Delight's into the back line. One to hard force the fight. Viper's ready to follow. Two already down on KC, and Vladdy's about to join them 6 feet deep. Another kill almost comes through. Yike barely walks away as they at least get a shutdown onto Zeka. Peanut and Zeus chasing after the remaining members of KC as HLE will leave Viper in the enemy base to destroy the inhibitor. Kana trying to rough up the minion wave so that Viper can't just walk in and keep
Look at the bot sides.
Peanut jumping in on Kalist. Killer Instinct follows it. Draven's dead before you can blink your eyes. Targum is about to follow as Yike's your next target. The Sejuani trying to slide away, but Peanut takes him down. HLE have already killed off 2, and they're looking for even more. Delight finally gets traded back, but Vladdy's Seraph's Embrace is the only thing keeping him alive. The Realm Warp doesn't matter. He dies to the Hemo Plague. Targamas survives with 100 health. Peanut still chasing after him, getting juggled around a little bit, but it doesn't matter. HLE is on to the Nexus itself. It was a valiant battle from KC. They proved that HLE are indeed mortal, but they are some damn tough League of Legends players, man. HLE, despite the fact that they may have gone the distance, will do it in style. I feel like that guarantees them moving on to the bracket stage now with 3 series wins. I don't know the exact
First, it
math.
seemed like it was, to most people, thinking this is just for fun, but you picked the Vladimir.